Hey, here's Alex from Blacksheep IT Consulting with a quick update on Apache, Kafka, and the integration with Siebel. So as of recent versions of Siebel CRM, we have integration inbound and outbound with Apache Kafka. There is, of course, a module on the Siebel Hub where you can learn all about this. So I'm going to just skip right into it. What I've been doing here is setting up, nothing to do with Kafka here, setting up a rule set for the EAI Dispatch Service. So I am in the EAI Dispatch Service view in the administration integration screen. I created a rule set called Alex. And if you don't know about the EAI Dispatch Service, check out the Siebel Hub training for integration. And the rule set that you define can take one or more rules, and each rule has a search expression. Now, this is an XPath style search expression, but it searches within the input property set of the dispatch method of the dispatch service. And that just means if anything exists in the first level, so asterisk after the slash. So slash is like the first level. Asterisk means if anything exists there, we dispatch it to a dispatch service. You have seen I have a custom service here called Franz. Well, you know why. And the method I'm calling is dispatch. So, and what I'm sending to the dispatch method of Franz is a child hierarchy. So the input property set for dispatch will be a child input property set, and I take the entire property set that the dispatch service receives. Now, that is a little bit of jump right into the cold water for the EAI dispatch service, but hear me out. So now I have a dispatch rule set called Alex for the dispatch service. Now let's go to sitemap, and if you like the navigation I'm doing here, check out our UI Masterclass. So now I'm going to the subscription, event subscription view, which is the view that is here for managing your inbound Kafka integration. So Siebel acting as a subscriber to Apache Kafka. I can see you have an event store, which is the topic in Kafka for Siebel, easy enough. And I'm using the EAI Dispatch Service, dispatch method, as the event handler service. Now that is a little bit odd because typically you would expect here to have a clone of the out-of-the-box event handler business service specifically written for Apache Kafka. But as it turns out, you can just use any business service and any method. Of course, there would be most likely a custom business service or a vanilla business service which can just handle the input. Or it could be workflow process manager, but I'm more comfortable with dispatching to workflow process manager. So I have this set up here. So my event handler service is here. My sidecar is set up, not going in there right now. And I'm logged into the Kafka topic. So let's briefly go there. So I have a for Siebel topic, and I can see messages here, and I will produce a new message to this topic. Now this is a standard template that is provided here by Confluent, but I'm going to add the rule set property. Well, it's going to be an input property set, and that's vital. So I have to give the correct name of a rule set because the recipient of that input property set, which is now just a JSON object in a few seconds, it will be a JSON object in a Kafka topic. That's going to be converted to an input property set for the event handler, which is EAI Dispatch Service, which then will need that rule set name to know what to do with the rest of that. It will convert it to an input property set and send it to my custom business service. My custom business service, by the way, is configured to write everything it receives to an XML file, so we can just quickly test it. So let me click produce. So that is now becoming, well, it's now in the topic, it's produced, and let's check out the temp folder. So yeah, we have a XML file here. So that's the code in my custom business service, which was just written right now. Let's just do it one more time. And we see there's a second one. So the second message has been received. It has been received by the EAI Dispatch Service, which then understood the assignment and forwarded it to the dispatch method. So what's in? So that's the entire input property set. So we can see that the Kafka integration also tells us which topic the message was placed in. So that's not in the original payload, but we have the original payload here. And we also have this one, which the recent versions of Siebel seem to add. And well, that's it. A very short fun fact experiment where we have proven that we can send in anything literally as long as it's proper JSON, and it can have instructions for the receiving business service. And in our case, that worked fine. The EAI Dispatch Service could forward the entire property set to a custom business service, which then wrote it out to an XML file. Of course, you can process that input property set then in any way you like, with a workflow or, well, with eScript, etc. And, well, probably you want to look up that or upsert the data in Siebel. So we're just getting started. So, yeah, and do check out our latest training on the Siebel Hub. Always modern, always up to date. Thank you very much. Take care and bye-bye.